we're getting set to be joined by a guy you hear with us every opening day. It's just a tradition. It's an opening day tradition, just like the baseball. Dan Fitzpatrick, the president of Citizens Bank, joining us. Dan, good morning.
Good morning.
Or afternoon.
Great to be with you and Joe. I'm listening all the time. I never call, but this is nice to do it in person.
That's right. Yeah. So what's the feeling? Do you still get the goosebumps on opening day?
Absolutely. Opening day is special. It's such a it's the festival of the city. Everybody comes together. Everybody leaves work early. You come to the ballpark, and so for all of us as citizens, it is great. Exactly. And Citizens Bank Park is a special place, and always particularly electric on opening day.
Yeah, tell us about, once again, another year of the partnership, and the stadium continues to evolve. Here I was in the New Era Team Store, the new Era Team Store. It looks great. The Hall of Fame Club. It's a park that is now, this will be what, year 23?
It's 23rd
year of the park, and every year I come in, I never feel like the park is in its 20s. It still feels to me like a newer park, but still with that vibe that it felt like in the beginning.
Absolutely, Joe. I mean, it's the oldest stadium in National League East.
Wow.
But the nicest stadium in the National League East.
I agree with that. Yeah, I've never been to Miami, but the other ones I
I mean, it's an intimate setting that's great for the players, great for the home team, right? Puts a lot of pressure on the visitors, and again, it's also the amenities for family-friendly things. The yard, the wiffle ball park down the hall. They added some new playgrounds. You got to make sure it's family-friendly, but also electric when the game starts.
No question about it. Dan Fitzpatrick, president of Citizens Bank, with us as he joins us every opening day to get ready for the season. We got some beautiful weather, and we got big expectations. Dan, what's your feeling on the team this year? It's like they keep knocking on the door, and they keep getting to the point where we feel like this could be the year. It hasn't happened yet.
Right.
And they bring a lot of guys back, but also some new young players incorporated in.
I love the new players. Justin Crawford. I love Crawford going right in that starting lineup in center field. I think that's an awesome add. And think about this. So I think the pitching is as good as last year, and the bullpen's better. Mm-hmm. So I think we're in great shape. And I think about that Dodgers series. I mean, it was nip and tuck. We didn't have Wheeler. You're kind of spotted in one game without Wheeler. If we get Wheeler healthy back in May, it's going to be a great year. And then, we're going to turn it up in October again. Red October will be really tough on the opponent again.
No question.
Do you have any bold predictions? Because we like to do little bold predictions around here. One of mine was I said Alec Bohm is going to hit like 30 home runs this year.
He blew us away with that one.
Yeah.
When he said 30, I was like, whoa.
I'll go with 95 RBIs, but maybe not 30 homers.
Okay.
2 years ago, he had the big RBI year, which we need. And again, Bryce needs some protect. The lineup's going to be really interesting. How Topper lines it up here because you got to make sure that Harper gets the pitches.
Yeah, of course here. And the other thing that I find interesting within this run we're having here is we have a real villain now. Like the Dodgers, I respect the hell out of them. They're a great team. They're obviously back-to-back World Series champs. But as I kind of look forward, I kind of like that everyone is already pegging them to win the World Series again. I like that they're the bad guy. And
right.
You think back to last October, Dan, those games here were so tight.
Absolutely.
The Phillies never seem to fear them. The Dodgers got the best. They won. Credit to them. But if they face off, it feels like the Phillies are one of those teams that, like, we think we can beat you.
I like
that.
Number.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The Dodgers think they're the best team $700 million can buy.
Yep.
But we have an ownership in John Middleton that's passionately committed to winning. So we have a great team as well. And I think the left-handed pitchers we have control Ohtani. Wheeler controls Ohtani. I mean, that's the thing. We neutralize him better than any team in baseball. Why we match up well. And that's the thing. We've won the season series the last 2 years. There's no reason. Again, you can look at an umpire call in one play, and it's just that one or two plays here or there. If we can reverse that, it's different. And, hey, the reality is we played the World Series in the first round of the playoffs last year.
It felt that way to me.
Short.
Yeah, it felt when that series started, I was like, the winner of this is going to win the whole thing, and then it played out that way. So you mentioned the call here, call there. The ABS system, that is new. What's your thought on it? So I was anti all this new technology in baseball. I kind of like the old rhythm of the game. But the more you see it, the more you kind of come around to it. What do you think of it? Are you excited to watch it? And for me, the strategy is going to be the most interesting. Not so much he's right, he's wrong, they changed the call. When teams challenge a call.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. I'm all for it because I think too many big moments happen on bad calls. And where I sit there, the interesting thing, we sit right behind home plate, and we also have the TV monitor, so we get the box. So I do remind the umpires when it's egregious, right? Not on the edges. Edges are okay, but there's been some really bad calls that have changed games, and again, it's been going on for 100 years in baseball, so I like the tradition as well. But I do think it's time, given what's happening in the NFL, NBA, get that precision. Yeah. Let's have precision and make sure we get calls right. But to your point, Joe, it's going to be the strategy when you use it.
Yeah, and your point on the technology, that really, if we as fans can see it's wrong, they can't ignore it, right? So they had to kind of catch up with us because we're seeing it, a million angles every single time. Dan, you mentioned the left-handed pitchers. We're going to see Christopher Sanchez today. The Phillies have been built in an interesting way with a lot of stars that they imported, whether it be a trade with JT or some big signings. But to be a great team, you also need to develop players. And that trade they made for Sanchez, hard thrower from Tampa Bay, it took him years, right, to figure it out. Right. And when he first got here, I was like, all right, yeah, I see something, but I would have never guessed that he could become what he's become. They just rewarded him a new contract. What a great – of all the stories that they've developed, this story, they have developed another homegrown ace.
Oh, it's amazing because, he was throwing 100 but wasn't a pitcher.
Yes.
And they said, no, you have to become a pitcher. And, he still goes to 98 when he wants to and needs to. But that changeup is just almost unhittable. When best pitcher, you're back to, having a Cole Hamels, a better version of Cole Hamels.
Yeah, he could be.
He's really great. As great as Cole Hamels
And that's saying a lot because Cole is a borderline Hall of Fame guy.
Absolutely. But that's how good we all think Sanchez is.
Hey, he's incredible. He's going to pitch today. Dan, we appreciate you hopping on. As always, another great season here at Citizens Bank Park, and let's plan to do this again next opening day.
We appreciate all you guys do, keeping us entertained and informed on sports in Philadelphia. So thanks so much, guys.
Appreciate being part of it. Dan Fitzpatrick, the president of Citizens Bank